What's up, everyone? It's your girl Shay here. First of all, welcome to my channel if you are new, and welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. And as you can see by the title of today's video, I'm going to be talking about anime and manga that were my favorites during the year of 2020. Now, this is going to be a separate video from my usual end of the month wrap-up videos, which I will still be doing, but that video will be out on the day after New Year's, so January 2nd. And this video will be coming out the day before New Year's Eve. So I figured, why not tell you guys some of my favorite anime and manga that I enjoyed during this past year. So yeah, I think in total we're gonna start off with the anime first, and I think I have about in total 6 anime in total, and 2 of them are actually movies. So 2 anime, 4 anime, 2 anime movies. So the first one I have on my list is Uzumaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. So I did watch this anime on Funimation, and I do remember that this anime did have quite a bit of controversy attached to it due to the drawing of the female character lead. And I actually have to say that I overall did enjoy the series a lot. I thought it was really funny. Basically, the main premise is Uzumaki-chan wants to hang out with this guy named Sakurai, whom I believe she went to high school with, and he's like her senpai, so he's a little bit older than her, and basically it's just about the adventures that they go on when they're hanging out with each other, and a little bit of romance is kind of thrown in there. Definitely recommend checking it out. The next one I have on here is Carol and Tuesday. Now, I watched Carol and Tuesday on Netflix, and when I had first heard about it, I really wanted to check it out because it was all about music, and I love music anime, so I figured, why not check it out? And I have to say, I definitely recommend it. Basically, Carol and Tuesday is about these 2 girls who end up meeting and end up deciding to join it into a music competition to be signed to a music label. And basically, they're one of the few artists around who still play like their own instruments, and things aren't like auto-tuned or made by robots, which is kind of the norm at around this time. So it's definitely a great anime. Definitely recommend checking it out, and the soundtrack is amazing, so definitely check out the soundtrack as well. The next anime I have is Fruits Basket. So as many of you guys know, Fruits Basket came back out, I believe, in like 2019, where they decided to reboot the series from the beginning and basically actually complete it, since as many of you guys know, the original Fruits Basket was never actually finished. So during 2020, I definitely checked out season 2. So I definitely recommend checking out the series as a whole, and season 2 is also amazing. I believe they just finished the dub for season 2. So yeah, definitely recommend checking it out. It is available on Funimation, and the dub is great because they brought back all the original voice actors from the first dub of Fruits Basket. So yeah, definitely check it out. And the last anime I have before I get into the anime movies is Cells at Work. So Cells at Work was an anime that also came out on Netflix, and basically it's about cells in the human body and basically how they are basically doing their day-to-day work, how they fight flus and colds and other like illnesses that happen within the body. And it was a great series. I honestly learned a lot about the human body, and I know that the second season is supposed to come out, I believe next month. So in January, the second season comes out, and they're also, I believe, coming out with Cells at Work Code Black, which is like a different spin-off series of them inside of a different body and different characters. So yeah, definitely recommend checking it out. It's available on Netflix. Now to get into the 2 anime movies that I definitely recommend. The first one I recommend is Weathering with You. Now, I actually had to remember if I watched this in 2019 or 2020, and I believe I watched it in 2020. Basically, Weathering with You is by the same person who came out with the movie, which I can't remember at the top of my head, but the title is basically the boy and the girl continue to switch bodies. But in Weathering with You, a boy basically meets a girl where he finds out that she is considered the sunshine girl, so she makes the rain basically kind of go away. And or she makes it rain, I believe, is basically what she does. And basically they're finding out what it means for her to be a sunshine girl. So it's been a while since I watched the movie, so I apologize if I got the premise incorrect or I got the synopsis incorrect, but yeah, still recommend checking it out. And the last anime movie I have on here, last anime in total that I have on here, is the Korokos Basketball movie. And I actually watched this during the time that we were all in pretty much lockdown when the whole pandemic happened, and my fiance was the one who had seen it already before. I had never seen it, and I love Korokos Basketball, so he finally was like, you need to watch it. So I decided, why not? And I enjoyed it. Basically, you see all the characters come back, and they are fighting against an American team, and yeah, they pretty much dominate. Yeah, that's pretty much the basics of that movie. But yeah, recommend checking it out if you haven't seen it already. If you're definitely a fan of Korokos Basketball, I think that you will definitely enjoy the movie. So that is the anime that I recommend and favorited and really liked during the year of 2020. Now onto manga. Now I have to say, for manga, I definitely read a lot more manga during the year of 2020 than watched anime. So hopefully that changes in 2021 and there's a more even amount that I did. But I do have more anime, or do have more manga on here, so let me share the manga with you guys that I favorited and really enjoyed during the year of 2020. So the first one I have on here is Love Hina. Now I had never read Love Hina before. I had only watched the anime. Basically it's about a boy that basically lives at an inn that was owned by his grandmother, and basically it's a girl dormitory, and he's there because he's trying to get into Tokyo U because of a promise he made to a young girl years ago, and he believes that she's already at Tokyo U and that she is basically his first love. So that's basically what the main premise of Love Hina is, and he's in this girl dormitory with all these girls whom are crazy, and it's a hilarious manga, much better than the anime. I did not like the anime whatsoever, but my fiance actually owned all of the copies of the manga, so he said definitely check it out, the manga's better, and I definitely agree with him. Definitely recommend reading it if you haven't, especially if you didn't enjoy the anime. And I also have a reading vlog of me finishing reading Love Hina, so yeah, definitely decide to check it out if you guys like. And now on to the next one I have. The next one that I have is kind of a newcomer manga. It's currently still coming out with new volumes. I believe now volume 5 just came out this month in December, but so far I've only read volumes 1 through 4, but I definitely loved it, and that is Sweat and Soap. Now Sweat and Soap was kind of like, for me, my first 16 and up manga that I ever really read before. And basically what it's about is these two characters work at a soap place, like a I kind of want to say like a Bath and Body Works, but not really. Basically they work for this company, and she's basically like in their finance department, and she ends up coming across this guy who works with making up new smells, and he likes the way she smells. I know it sounds weird, but it kind of gets better. They basically start talking and they end up dating, and now basically the manga is about their romance and how they dealt with working together and also dating and meeting each other's families and stuff like that. So it's very much an adult manga and a very much an adult romantic relationship, because there's none of that like being jealous of another girl a lot, or there's none of that like drama and none of that like I like him but I don't like him kind of a thing. Like that's kind of, you know, what this manga is kind of like. So I definitely recommend it if you're looking for a romance manga that's a little bit more on the mature side. The next one I have is my first horror manga that I read this year, and that was Uzumaki. I actually did a reading vlog for this one as well. I also did one for Sweat and Soap. I had seen one of my, this girl I watched on YouTube named Mama Loves Manga. If you haven't seen her YouTube channel, definitely check it out. And she actually did a readathon of her reading it, or a streaming of her reading it. And once I saw it, I kind of was like, I have to check out this manga. I found it at my local bookstore. It's also available on the Viz Media manga app as well. And it is so good. It's basically a collection of like horror stories that take place in this one town around these things like spirals and all this other crazy stuff. And so it is so good. It is on the mature side because there are some like gore aspects in there as well. So definitely want to make sure that you guys know about that. But yeah, definitely recommend checking out Uzumaki. It's such a good manga. The next one I have are actually two, because they're a part of the same world, of the same series, and that is Fusuki Yugi and Fusuki Yugi Genbu Kaiden. Now, I actually read both of these mangas during a readathon that actually was taking place by a friend I have on Instagram called Bunny Choi, and she did a readathon for both of these. And I had never read, first of all, never read Fusuki Yugi Genbu Kaiden, and I had also never read Fusuki Yugi, but I had seen the anime. So it was actually great for me to read Genbu Kaiden because I got to see like the prequel to Fusuki Yugi. And I also enjoyed reading Fusuki Yugi because I remember the anime a little bit, but it was great to be back in that world and in that universe. So I definitely recommend checking out both of those. And once again, I've done a reading vlog for Fusuki Yugi as well, so feel free to check that out too. Now the last two I have are actually webtoons, which of course webtoons are like comics that are made by authors and they're available online. I read them on the webtoon app, and I have two of them that I actually absolutely loved reading during this year. One of them was #Killstagram, which I actually did talk about in a video. Basically, it's a horror webtoon where this girl is basically being stalked by a guy that's trying to basically murder influencers, and basically it has a lot of twists, a lot of turns, and I definitely recommend reading it on webtoon if you haven't already. And the final one I have is True Beauty. Now True Beauty is about a girl that pretty much learned how to do her makeup, and she's gorgeous, but she doesn't like when people see like her natural face. And pretty much it's just about her falling in love with this guy, and it's just like romance and drama and everything in between. It's such a good webtoon, and as of right now there's also a Korean drama that's out based off of True Beauty, and the characters in this like Korean drama look just like the characters in the webtoon. So I haven't checked out the Korean drama yet, but I've heard good things about it, so definitely recommend checking out the drama, and I recommend reading the webtoon as well. But yeah, that's pretty much the anime and the manga that I pretty much recommend, that I ended up watching and reading during the year of 2020. So what were your favorite anime and manga that you read and watched during 2020? And I would definitely love for you guys to comment that below. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have for you guys. So this video is going to come out on Wednesday, December 30th. So it is going to be coming out the day before New Year's Eve. So I hope you guys have a wonderful and safe New Year's, and hopefully 2021 is much better than 2020. Although 2020 wasn't that bad, but you know, it definitely had its low points. But yeah, that's what I have for you guys. I'll have a new video out for you guys on Saturday, which will be my wrap-up video of anime and manga that I finished during the month of December, and also my TBR and for January. So look forward to that video, and I'll have that video out for you guys on Saturday. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't like this video, give it a thumbs down. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't already. I will have links below to my social media accounts. I have an Instagram, a Twitter, and a blog, so feel free to check me out on there as well. And of course, like always, stay positive, stay nerdy in today's day and age, stay healthy, and of course, stay safe. All right, you guys, bye.